Thank you, Brian. By the way, we need to thank Brian Nielsen for doing a great job as the MC. Brian is was the first chairman of our board and has stayed with us in this capacity. He's just been doing a great job. Okay, real quick, I want to tell you a little bit about what we're going to do. The blockchain maturity model. You guys have probably heard about it. It is a standard, a global standard for excellence in blockchain solutions, and the very first organization that has had their token assessed is Black Wallet. So we're going to present that award to him. And all I can tell you is that if you don't know anything about the blockchain maturity model, check it out. It's probably the greatest gift to the industry. All right, Steve, you want to say something?
Thank you, Gerard. Hi, everyone. I'm Steve Henley. I'm the GBA BMM director of the BMM program. And Black Wallet recently completed their BMM assessment of the Kuros token, which is their blockchain solution. So at this time, I'd like to present a certificate to Chris Smithmeyer for completing a BMM assessment at a level 3 rating with a token supplement. So congratulations.
And this is the first high maturity assessment that's ever been done. So all the assessments have been at level 1, but Chris and the team over at Kuros has achieved a BMM level 3, which is at this point is the highest maturity level in the world. Right.
So I'm super excited to be here today, not only because of receiving a great award from some great friends, but also as an opportunity to discuss things with you guys about the state of the industry. Because as it stands now, we are at the intersection between the past and the future. Now, the odd thing is you say that about every day. We're always at the intersection of the past and the future, but it is momentous right now because we are shifting towards a future that is better for everyone, because it gives us the ability to work with the blockchain to have our information and own our own information. So today I came here thinking about what I wanted to say, and I wanted to talk today about failure. Now, failure is the best teacher in the world. It is how we learn and how we move on. Babies learn by falling down. We learn not to touch the hot stove to keep from getting burned. And in the world, we've got to look at what standards we are failing on how we learn. And I think it's fitting because of the building that we're in. We look at one of the best standards that the world has seen in the last 300 years. There's some words a lot of you may be familiar with. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if we look at the financial system that has been given to us and that we are currently living in right now, it is failing on these regards. Our lives as human beings begin as a number that we are given at birth, and that number measures the amount of debt we have during the course of our life. And then it is turned into a credit score that tells us what we are worth in society. And when it comes to liberty, think of something that you can do for free other than sex or commit a crime. It's really hard to come up with something that's free anymore, because liberty has been licensed and taxed to death. And for pursuit of happiness, your pursuit of happiness ends not where it hurts someone, not where it offends someone, but where there's a potential that it may offend somebody. And at that point, are you really pursuing happiness or just worrying about what the world will think of you? But the blockchain allows us the ability to move beyond these failures and move towards a better future. But I guess as we talk about that, I should at least tell you guys who I am. My name is Dr. Christopher Smithmeyer. I am the founder of Blackwall Limited. We are what used to be called a stablecoin 2.0 company. Since the United States Genius Act has passed, we are now an asset-backed token company because the United States did not choose to take the terminology that the rest of the world is using. They decided to come up with their own, but we're okay with that. I had the privilege of writing the model law for the United Nations, IGF's DCBAS, and the model law is on digital assets and exchanges. I have 20 books and 9 degrees, so there's a lot of me out there. But what I'm here today to talk to you about is what Black Wallet is doing for you and for the rest of the world. Our primary project is the Kuros project, which just, as you guys saw, received the highest rating ever on the BMM model, which we are extremely proud of. Because this is a model that gives us the reliability that people can trust our product and trust other products that have this BMM rating. We also have a project called Cberus. It's a real-world asset tokenization project. We work on big projects. They have to be $50 million plus. And a couple of the ones that we're doing right now is we are bidding the Shakti project in northern India below the LDC to put the highways, the tech centers, and the ports in India to bring trade and commerce to the Maharashtra state of India. We are also working with several groups in Africa, 38 countries in fact, to bring new currency models to step away from the economic system that was created by the diaries of an economic hitman and bring it to a future that judges those countries and the people that are alive today, not that were alive 50 years ago, to build a better world with blockchain. And that's what we're fighting for today. We also have been asked to send a proposal into one of the banks that's managing President Trump's project for putting $1,000 for each child in the United States to give them a savings account. We looked at the numbers and we think that it's a very doable project because if they put it purely in the S&P 500, that will result in students whose parents make the maximum contribution getting $333,000 when they turn 18. If we mix that with digital assets and good management through a project like Kuros, that would amount to $2 million in the same time period for those children, which they can come out of college or come out of high school and have that kind of access to wealth to manage their lives. And we have dozens of projects that we cannot talk about because they're under NDA. But we are here to make the world a better place and to bring blockchain to the people. So when we're looking at this, while we step away from the failures of the past, blockchain gives you your life back because while you still have a number, which is called a wallet, and I can't, because I have too much stuff in my pockets, get my ledger out of my pocket that I was going to show you. But anyway, that number talks about your wealth, but it is not your debt. You are no longer judged by debt. You're judged by what you contribute to society. You're judged by your work, by your art, by your literature, and what you present to make the world a better place rather than just what money you owe other people. When you talk about your liberty, you are free to control your own wealth on the blockchain. You still have to report your taxes, but you don't have to pay for every single thing you do because there are open communities where you can actually do stuff for free and start to enjoy your life again. And while we're talking about that, when you look at happiness, when you have control of your wealth and you don't have somebody breathing down your throat about debt that may have been from generations past, you have a little bit more time to look at yourself and build a better world for yourself and for your family. And I think that's really what pursuit of happiness comes down to is, should you be able to enjoy your life without being afraid? And I hope that blockchain will give everybody the opportunity in the future to have that chance, to have a couple moments where they don't think, hey, do I owe college loans? Do I owe credit card debt? Do I owe taxes? I don't want to pick on the IRS because I was talking to them a good bit today. But we want this. So I came today to talk to you about failure. And the past system had failed us. But the people today have the choice between failure and a better future. And that better future is based on the blockchain, where we can take the steps to ensure life liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So whenever we say those hallowed words, we have the ability to say that we are trying to make them work. And we're not just using them as idle words for political commentary, but as a plan for the future for not only these United States, but the entire world. So today, as I end, I want to leave you with 3 things. Do not be owned. Take control of your financial wealth by getting a wallet, getting a ledger, and managing your own money on the blockchain. Because as you know, in the United States, if you go to a bank and ask to take out $10,000, they can tell you no. They can tell you you have to wait for 3 days. The blockchain doesn't do that. So take control of your wealth. The second thing is be free. When you control your wealth, you control your life. You have the ability to make choices. That is the soul of liberty, and that is the basis that this country was built on, was that people have the right to make those choices. Be happy. Live your life to make something in this world. John F. Kennedy said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." And that is how you make the world a better place, is by helping other people. And when you have control of your wealth, you have the ability to do that. The fourth thing that I want to ask you is to write your congressmen and your senators and ask for Joby Weeks to be freed. If you don't know who Joby is blockchain's political prisoner. He was arrested for selling securities when he never sold anything other than sold computers. And he has been held without finality of his trial for 6 years now. And that he is an American citizen being held by our own government. So just look into him and write that end the case. To give him finality, conviction, or release, but he deserves an answer because we have a right to a speedy trial. And finally, glory to these United States and God bless America. Pax Americana, Pax Terra. Have a good day, everybody.